this month is our 1-year anniversary of having this YouTube channel, Years in Gasoline. This month is also the first time that we've gotten to drive a supercar, and I think that's fitting. I kind of like how it's taken us about a year, and we've kind of come full circle. And let's not beat around the bush, because we all know that this isn't your average NSX, if there is such a thing. This NSX is stanced, and this NSX is on air, and that's really aggravates a lot of people. I'm personally not the kind of guy who would take a car and I would put it this low, give it this much camber, give it this wide of wheels, give it this much of stretch, and put air on it. But one of the things that we try to emphasize at Gears and Gasoline is to just try different stuff. You know what I mean? I would never take a car and put it on air and stance it, just because that's not something that really interests me that much. But I have no problem if somebody decides to do that, and I would love to drive it and see what it's like, because you don't know what you like until you try it. And honestly, this isn't bad. Air hasn't really affected the handling that negatively. It still rides really smoothly, and it has variable height adjustment, which is nice.
So this car, being a Honda, has VTEC, but it's so smooth and so linear that I still don't know when it kicks in, which I like. It's kind of removing that turbo feel, and it's giving that natural aspiration feel, which on a track, now we're not on a track, but if we were, I feel like that would play to our advantage, where it doesn't matter what RPM you're in, you're always making that peak power. Really anywhere from 4 to 8, it seems to be pulling about the same speed, which is really convenient if you're going around the track.
Everybody loves it, and nobody ever says anything bad about it, but that's not good for actually discussing a car and finding out more about it. So one of the things that people could say is a detractor is it doesn't have a lot of horsepower. I mean, this is essentially a supercar. This was made to beat the crap out of Ferraris around tracks and stuff like that, but it's only got 270 horsepower. So, how can you have a supercar that has that little horsepower? It's not the fastest car in a straight line. It's not even the fastest car around corners anymore, simply because it's 25 some years old. But there's so much mechanical feedback when I get into the throttle, and the throttle response is so incredibly linear. Even for a car with VTEC, I just want to keep getting on it over and over and over again. And the sounds that it makes are so fantastic to listen to. It feels just stellar. It feels so good. And at the same time, it's so easy to drive. We say that about so many cars, but this really is no more difficult, honestly, to drive than a manual Honda Accord. And it makes about as much power as one.
It's definitely got that Honda ease of driving. I can just practically blow on the gear shifter and it's in the next gear. The clutch, I almost don't even feel, and it's very forgiving. No matter where I engage or disengage, it seems to always hook up without really much of a hitch.
This isn't a fire-breathing Ferrari 458 or a $350,000 Lexus LFA or anything ridiculous like that. This is the epitome of a well-rounded supercar. This is a supercar that just about does it all. This car is like Ferrari and Honda got together, and they both drank a little bit too much, and they made a baby, a really kick-ass baby that embodies the best aspects of both of their brands. It's got the flamboyant styling and the lovely engine sounds and performance of a Ferrari, and the practicality, the reliability, and the easiness to drive of Honda. There's a reason why this car has the reputation that it does. There's a reason that this car came out in the early 90s and is still so relevant today.